Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, and this will probably be the last of my broadcasts on this particular page because I really do think we're about to the point that I can wrap this up, whoops, sorry for the shaking, with everything that I've been showing you. But there are a few more things that I wanted to go over before I quit on it. And tonight I just want to finish up a couple of the fish using the markers that I've been using, the gel pen and the colored pencil, to show you that there are a lot of ways that you can do your adult coloring and that it is perfectly okay to color over the original design that the book artist has drawn. So tonight I'm going to work on, first of all, zooming this in. There we go. This particular fish, I've already started it up, and I'm using two mediums on this little guy. Back my camera up here. For the pink, I'm using my Papermate Flare. And for the orange, I am using my orange jelly roll. So I'm going to do a little more coloring on this to just show you how well these mediums work and how they go on. Don't forget to lay your hand on your paper towel to keep the rest of your stuff clean that you've already done. Now, on my last broadcast, the colors that I used to go over the original design were a little bit darker than this, but now I wanted to show you what would happen if you use lighter colors. So I've got some light colors going on so you can really see the design. And obviously I'm using fantasy colors, so these are all fantasy fish. I didn't go with realistic on this. And again, I wanted to thank all of you that have joined me tonight on Periscope for these live broadcasts. Feedback has been tremendous that you're telling me that you enjoy them. Hopefully you're learning something. I'm doing them because I enjoy coloring and I enjoy teaching and mentoring. And also you may have some ideas that I haven't heard of, which is why I always encourage you to contact me. Alright, so I'm finishing this up. Here's my orange. Now, please be careful about going over too many times because you don't want to have inconsistent color all the way through. So when I color, I try to go over it as little as possible. Basically what I'm doing on this fish is I'm alternating the colors. I've got the pink here, orange. I've got a really thin line of pink. I'm going to darken that just a little bit. I'm going to have orange here and then a pink tail. Here's my pink, here's orange. So now I'm going to work on the head in the pink because I'm still alternating because that little strip right there is orange. I'm not pressing hard. Probably maybe about a 2 or a 3 pressure on a scale from 1 to 10. Be careful you don't get any white streaks. Take your time. Okay, now I'm going to do the pink right here. on the side of the mouth. There we go. And I had a little bit of oopsie right there. Again, I've shown you this before. This is my X-Acto knife. I very rarely use it. It's a destructive tool basically, but I'm just using it to pop off that little bit of color. And remember, you are literally scraping away part of your page, so you want to be very, very judicious when you use it. And always put it away immediately after you're done, because I guarantee if you don't, you will cut yourself. You don't need to ask me how I know that. All right. So let's get back with the orange here. I love this orange and pink combination. I just think it's neat. And even though I have orange right here next to this larger area here, more so I've got pink. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off with orange. Actually, I lied. I'm doing this little strip in pink. Sorry, I just changed my mind immediately. I finished that off with pink right here. And then I have my black jelly roll to do the center of the eye. As I've told you on previous broadcastings, basically for consistency, I'm making all the eyes black. You don't have to do that, of course, but I've just chosen to do that just because. Sometimes when I have something that repeats elements like this, even though they're not identical, I like to have something that's the same. And that way it basically ties everything in together. And right now I know I'm out of camera range for you, but I'm just dotting the eyes of the fish around here. Excuse me, around the one I'm using. Let's see. And then, of course, just be careful, because I'm sliding around this paper towel now. Just be careful when you dot your eyes, your fish eye, get the joke, haha, dot your eyes, that you don't accidentally wipe your paper towel over it. I've done that. I've messed up eyes. So I gotta fix them. What I end up doing is coloring in the whole eye, the little dot and the bigger area around it, and then I put a white dot in the center. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. If you make a goof on your adult coloring, don't think it's the end of the world. You just adjust it, you change and go on. I call them happy mistakes, because sometimes if I make an error with a color, it turns out it makes the whole thing look better than it was before, or what I had planned. So I call those happy mistakes. Alright, I'm going to finish up one more eye and then I'll get back to that fish. Okay, so I've got the orange and the pink going. I'm alternating the color. And let's see, I'm ready for orange now, because I've got pink on this little stripe here, orange in here, pink, orange on that stripe, pink, and then my alternating colors in the eye, around the eye. So this little tail section, going orange. And the reason, again, that I'm taking the time to show you all this is I just want to break you out of your coloring box a little bit to show you that you don't have to stick to convention when you're coloring this stuff. Experiment, try something different. All right, it's done. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to pop over to this guy right here. Let me adjust my book for you. And what I've done in this instance, if you've been following my broadcasts here, and also, as you know, I post these on YouTube after the fact, so either way you can see what's going on. I've been talking about filling in some of these designs with black and literally coloring over, because that was a design. And so then as I got to looking at it, I decided that I wanted to, instead of continue to color this way with an alternating color, I colored that way. So now I've got a weave going on. I thought it looked kind of cool. It was a good idea. I got my paper towel. I've got orange. I'm going to go with orange, pink, and black. So there's my orange. So we're going this way from upper right to lower left. Here's my orange again. The pink was the flare, the orange is the gel. The black was a gel pen also. Notice I'm trying to fill in as evenly as possible so I don't really go on top of color that I've already laid down. And again, take your time. Okay. All right, so now I've got this one to do. Don't forget, if you have any questions during the broadcast, just type them in to Periscope and I will answer them. Of course, I have to watch what I'm coloring, so if I miss your question, just type it in again. All right, so see, we've got some neat colors going here. Pink, 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 orange, orange, and let's get this orange. And let's get that one. Okay. Now, I need to start making some decisions here. I've got to move my camera, so forgive me the wiggle. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, only because I've got a pink here, I think I'm going to do this in orange. Now, I'm thinking about grabbing one of my orange pencils, only because I just want a color variation on the bottom part of that mouth. So let's see what I can find here. Yeah, that's a good one. Give me a second while I go ahead and sharpen my pencil. Okay, so I'm going to use my Faber-Castell. It says Scarlet Red, but it's orange. And I'm going to color this in. I think it's orange, but hey. Now there's not a huge difference here. Let's see what's, yeah, you can see that on camera. Okay. And again, don't forget, I've always been telling you about using the Staedtler brush. Don't wipe it with your hand. Now we got to make some decisions about doing that little V part and also the back of the mouth. Let's see. I think I'm going to stick with my orange on, or I'm sorry, my pink. Yeah, that gives a nice contrast there. And because I've got so much orange here and orange there, I'm going to go ahead and pink up this. It'll come together in a minute, you'll see it. Yeah. Sometimes you want to contrast, sometimes you want blend. Alright, now I need to do my fins. I think the bottom part of the fin I'm going to go with orange. And again, just because I go with orange, you know, that doesn't mean that you can't go with pink. I'm not trying to dictate color here as I'm doing this coloring. I'm just trying to give you more ideas about what medium to use. You know, the gel pens and the pencils and the flares, and, you know, knowing about coloring over the design that's pre-printed in the book. What you choose as color is basically up to you. All right. Now, we've got a lot of orange and pink going on here. So I'm kind of thinking that a silver would look good on the fins. So I'm going to grab my silver gel pen, and this is it's a metal color, so it's a metal silver. It's kind of got like a dull finish on it. And I'm going to work from left to right because I'm right-handed now, and I don't want to be smushing over what I've already colored. So I'm going to put in the gray. And that is coloring up the design, over the design. So you need to be really careful that you don't go outside the line, or else you're going to lose your boundary line. Yeah. I'm going to color this in. Then I'm going to color this in. And of course, as you're watching the video, you can speed forward a little bit if this bores you, but then you're going to miss my lovely commentary. At least I'm not telling you bad jokes. I have to think about that. Maybe I need to start telling you bad jokes. Anyway, okay, so I've got the silver there on the fish, and it looks really, really good. And I see through the camera that that looks sparkly, which is good. You're seeing the shine. All right, so I'm going to do one more fish for you. Normally I've been doing 2 during these broadcasts. Let me put my pens away. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll leave my pens scattered about in front of me, and then I move on to something else, and then I've got colors from stuff that I've colored before, and then it kind of gets a little confusing. So keep track of your pens and pencils and put away what you're done with. That's what I do and would recommend. All right. And by the way, I'm going to show you something here. Let me zoom out. Hopefully I can do this without wiggle time here. There we go. All right. I wanted to show you this right page that I finished. Let me move my light so you can see it. And I'm just going to hold my camera still for a minute so you can kind of eyeball everything. This is the side that I did the drop shadow on. I've been talking about it. And then what I'm going to do is I'll zoom in a little bit more here so you can see before I do my last fish. But yeah, I'm real happy with the way everything turned out. There's a couple fish on here I'm not exactly thrilled with. Let's see. Oh, that's got a shine on that black fish. This is totally black. Yeah, this was the one I'm not really thrilled with, but that's okay. But see, that looks really good. I drew in, again, my hooks and my lines, so that was a little extra that I added. I like to do that. All right, and this page, again, just reviewing a little bit, I've just surrounded each fish in blue, and I'm going to leave that white space on here as a design element because I didn't add drop shadow on this side like I did on this. Now, I had those white gaps on this side, but again, it was just too much going on with having the white and the drop shadow. So I colored it all in. I think it looks really good. Okay. So I'm going to select one more fish here to do. Boy, that silver shines, doesn't it? Let me pick one here. I think I'm going to do that one right there with the little bubbles on it. Get nice and close for you. That way you can see all my mistakes and laugh at me. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this example is I'm going to use very light colors. And that way this is really the drawing, the original drawing and pattern is really going to show through. So I've done everything from a complete solid coverage to an in-between coverage, which was the one I just did with the orange and the pink. And now I'm going to do a really light color. That way you can really see the design. Let me pick one here. Okay, Faber-Castell light cadmium color. Cadmium yellow, light cadmium yellow. And I want a relatively sharp point. Not super sharp, but okay, slap my paper towel down. Now, for the really light color, I'm going to select the portion that has the most design on it, which is this. And you can see how that will look. I think that's going to look really cool. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. Let me change the light on that a little bit to see if you can see the light better, or the yellow better. I can see it really well firsthand, but I'm not sure how that's coming through on camera. Or I know it's not coming through on camera as well as it should. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I've got a really light yellow going on here. And again, I appreciate everybody that's visiting tonight. I know you can watch these broadcasts as a rebroadcast on YouTube, but I really would encourage you to visit while I'm broadcasting if you can. I know I don't have a fixed schedule. I just broadcast when I can. But that way you can ask questions and talk to each other, and that works out really well. So I've got a real light yellow going on here. My intention is not to cover up the design, but to make it pop through. Make sure you get to your edges, take your time. Yeah. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and color these little fin inserts the yellow. And we'll get that going right here. Now, just because I'm using one or two colors, don't let that stop you from using more than that. Alright, we'll get this area here. My eye's already black in the center, so I'm not going to worry about that. Get the little eyebrow here. Okay. Alright. Now, I'm going to go with a light blue. Give me a moment while I pick one out. And I want to make sure my blue is distinct enough from my background. So I've decided now to go with the light cobalt turquoise. Let me sharpen my pencil. I think this is going to look absolutely beautiful. I like the color combination. Going around in little circles here. And again, if it bores you to watch me color, just fast forward the video. Be careful not to get your blue on your green, or on yellow, because blue and yellow make what? Green. And that would be a little hard to correct. That's why I tend to like to do the outside first. Gives me a nice little border to work around. Yeah, I like that yellow combination, or that combination of the yellow and blue. I'm working in teeny tiny little circles when I can. Gives me good coverage. Let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the tail portions. Let's see. I think what I want to do is take a medium blue, not too dark because I'm basically working in lighter colors here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and color these with the medium blue. And I hope you've enjoyed working on this page along with me, or at least watching what I'm doing. Give you some neat ideas. I'll be going to something different, probably a Selena Finch, or Finish, excuse me. I want to show you how to do something neat with her tail fin. Give you some ideas about coloring with that. And again, I'm taking my time. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to do this area in the darker blue. Again, being careful not to get into my yellow. There we go. And then I'm going to hit this little area back here. Looks like I'm getting off camera here. There we go. Adjust the light. Do this little area here in blue. Now notice with this blue I'm not really coloring over any design element. I've saved that for just using my lighter colors. Let's see. Then I'm going to go back and use my turquoise on the fin. Notice for the most part I'm following parallel with the design elements. I'm going to try and keep that black and as much as possible. Because if you do a cross stroke, which you can see right here, I accidentally did a cross stroke and you can see it, and now I've got to try and color that out. So keep your pencil going in the direction of the design. Otherwise it's going to look kind of wonky. I'm going to sharpen my blue because I want to show you something I'm going to do on that fin yet. Change the light here. Yeah, get a little better representation here of what's going on. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take my dark blue and go parallel with the lines just to add a little bit of interest here. Do that on the other fin. Don't forget that that's an option. I'm tracing basically right on top of it. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna move camera. Hold on a second here. One more thing I'm going to do here. You can see the fins better now, what I did. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little blue, dark blue, on the tips of the tail, which are going right into the gutter of the book here. A little hard to do. Notice I'm working up the fin a little bit here with that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Don't want to go up too far. There you go. All right, that's it. Well, guys, thank you so much. Let me pull out now. Let me show you the entire page now, left and right. There you go. Alright guys, that's it. This is ILene Vick for Interactive Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. I hope you learned something tonight, and for those of you who weren't able to visit while I was doing this, don't forget that this video will be on YouTube probably within the next hour or so. So, have a great evening, God bless you, and happy coloring.